Hi, hello, welcome back to the class everyone. Today we are learning about the network connection failure. So, if the computer's network connection fails, how to fix it? There is a note. A computer gets connected to a computer network with the RJ45 connector. We are the network switch. There is a Ethernet port in the computer for this purpose. So normally when a computer gets connected to a computer network with the RJ45 connector, it uses a switch. Okay, the network is connected through a RJ45 connector via the network switch. So there is an Ethernet port in the computer for this purpose. So this is the Ethernet port as you can see here, and this is the RJ45 connector. Okay. So with this RJ45 connector, we are connecting to the Ethernet port to connect to the network. So if the network is not working in your computer, what you should do is go to the solution step 1. Check with the illustrations below to see if the connection is proper. Otherwise, reconnect properly. If connected properly, the Ethernet window flashes a small green light. So connect the RJ45 connector to the Ethernet port. Check whether it is connected properly. If it is not connected properly, what you should do is remove the RJ45 connector, again connect it to the computer interface, right? Connect it to the uh, Ethernet port. Then there is a small green color light. It will be lighted. If it didn't, then there is a problem, right? So okay, you connected to this port and the Ethernet is working, and still the internet or still the network is not working. Go to step 2. In step 2, if the computer doesn't get connected to the network, right click on the computer icon at the bottom right of the taskbar. This will give a menu for troubleshoot problems. Click on this. The operating system will fix the problem and connect to the network, right? So I will show you that. So as you can see here, this is the taskbar below here. Okay, everybody can see, right? Below here. And this is the internet access icon. So it is shown here as a PC. In my, this is this one. Okay, right click on it. There will be a menu like this: troubleshoot problems or open network and internet settings. Go to troubleshoot problems. Then a window like this will be open to you. Everybody can see. So here the network adapter to diagnose will be selected. You should select here. So you select whatever the problem you are having, whether it is the Wi-Fi or the Ethernet or the Bluetooth network, whatever. And then click on next. And so on. It will go like that, and the operating system will solve you the problem. Okay. Okay, now there is no problem. Okay, it is fixed, no problem. So note, there is a small note. In addition to network cables, there may be other settings to be set up. Permission for these settings has to be gained through a network administrator account. Therefore, you will need the assistance of your teacher to change such settings. So now set up this one. If it didn't work, there are some other settings you should do it. And also these settings should be done in the administrator account. For this, go to your teacher and take her supports, or take you should have her assistance to do the changes. So take her advice and her help or his help and do the settings. Okay, right. Don't do these things alone. Okay, guys. Next one, okay. The hardware problems are now solved. We now know some of the hardware problems. If they occur, how to solve them. Now let's learn about the software problems and how to fix them, how to troubleshoot them. There are two types of software problems as shown in the figure 2.4. So here, as I have told you before, software problems are two types. It can be occurred to the application softwares or else into the operating system. So problems related to application software and problems related to the operating system. Application software means what? If you don't know, most of the people doesn't know what is an application software. So an application software is a computer program that is designed to perform specific tasks, right? So it differs according to the task. For an example, someone wants to write a letter, so he or she uses the word processing software. Someone wants to do mathematical operations. They use the spreadsheet software. Someone wants to go to the internet and browse some things which they don't know. Then they will use the web browser software. Someone wants to edit photos. Then they use the image editing software, right? Like Paint. So application software, it differs uh, as the task. As per the task, the application software can be different, right? So if I have all these application softwares in my computer, it doesn't mean that all these application software should be in your computer, right? You should install the wanted application software in your computer. Only the needed application software you should install it in your computer. It is not a must, okay? Word processing software is not a must to install in your computer if you are not using it. Okay, if you are using it only, you can install it in your computer. Understood, everyone? So what are the troubleshooting applications of their problems, or what are the problems coming to the application software? What are the problems which comes to the application software? The following some example for application software problems. For an example, doesn't run. It means it doesn't work when I open. Okay, when I double click it, it doesn't work. No response even though it is open. It is open but no response. Inability to see the interface. You can't see the interface. Takes long time to load and is slow. It takes a lot of time to load. Very, very slow. Doesn't respond to user commands. Indicates incorrect functioning. So these are some of the problems which comes to the application software. So how to solve these problems? Step 1 or solution 1. Interface mean the thing which you can see in your screen. That is an interface. Now you see this one, right? So this is an interface. When you open the word processing software, that is an interface, what you see. If you open a game, you see something, right? That is an interface. Now got what is an interface? Commands mean instruction. Means for an example, you are closing the software. It is a command. When you close the software, it is not closing. So it is not responding to my command. You open the software, it is not opening. You write something, it doesn't write. So these are commands. I am giving some commands. Now understood what are commands and what is interface? So when these problems occurs, there are some solution to be followed. The first solution is, the simplest solution is to close the application software and reopen it. Okay, you can close the application software and also you can reopen it. If this doesn't work, follow the below steps. Do that. If it doesn't work, go to the second step. What is the second step? Find out if the software is compatible with the specification of the computer and with the installed operating system. Software compatibility is the feature of software components or systems which allows to function together. A software which is compatible with one computer environment may not be compatible to another. For instance, some software that are compatible with Windows operating system do not work with Mac operating system. Therefore, check whether the software is compatible with the computer's operating system. If software is compatible, go to the next step. So what does they say here? What do they say here? They are telling softwares, when you install to your computer the application softwares, it should be compatible to the operating system. You know operating system, right? OS. If you didn't learn about operating system, there are videos in grade 7. Go and watch them and get to know what is an operating system, right? So without an operating system, a computer will not work, right? For an example, if telling to you, if the computer itself is a cricket team, if the computer itself is a cricket team, the leader of this cricket team is the operating system, right? So without a leader, can a team play by themselves? Can't, right? There should be a leader. Like that, to a computer system, to a computer, there should be operating system. So the captain is the operating system. So now I think you have got an idea what is an operating system and that the computer won't work without an operating system. Okay, guys. So check whether the operating system or whether the application software is compatible with your operating system. For an example, you are using the Zoom software, right? That is an application software, right? So this Zoom software, there are some operating system specification. Okay, for an example, the Zoom will not work in Windows XP. It doesn't support in Windows XP. But if you put in Windows 7, it will work. In Windows XP, it doesn't work. Now understood how to recognize the operating system specification to the software? If yes, put a yes, please. So first of all, if it doesn't work, go and check whether this software is compatible, whether this software is okay to work with this operating system. Okay, it differs. And also you should know, if you have learned about the operating system, not all the application softwares installed in Windows operating system works with the Mac operating system. Right. If it is compatible, no, it is working. Then go to the solution 3. What is the solution 3? Check whether the software is licensed. Further, check whether the trial period of software is expired. Unlicensed software or software with expired trial period can cause problems. Otherwise, proceed to the next step. You have learned that there are softwares, you should buy it paying to it. You should pay and buy them. You should buy them. Okay. So these are licensed software. And there are some softwares which you can use it freely. They are open source. So check whether your software is licensed. Because if your software is licensed and you didn't pay to work with it, then the software won't work. So check whether the software is licensed, and also check whether the trial period of the software is expired. Because you can work with some of the softwares, they give you some trial period for 3 months, 6 months, they give a trial period to use the software. So check whether the trial period is expired. If it is unlicensed and the trial period is still not expired, then there is no problem with the licensed. Go to the next step. Understood? What is the next step? Try repair option for the application software. There is an option called repair. You can repair the application software. So repair the application software and restart the computer and reopen the application software. It didn't work also. After repairing also, if it didn't work, uninstall the problematic software from the computer and reinstall the same software. Uninstall it. You can uninstall it. Not deleting, uninstalling. You will need assistance from the teacher for the fourth and fifth solution. So someone asked me where the repair option is located. Okay, I can't exactly tell you where is the repair option located, because the repair options are located in different ways. For that, you should go to your teacher or an elder person in your house and get their support to repair the software or to install and reinstall the software. Understood? Right. So you did all these steps. Okay, for an example, how many steps? 5 steps are there, right? If these things happen to a software, you can uh, close and reopen the software, or else um, you can check whether this software is compatible with the existing operating system. Also, you can check whether the software is licensed or it is expired. And then you can repair the software and restart the computer and check whether it works or not. Also, you can uninstall the problematic software and reinstall it to your computer. So, if it doesn't work, if all these solution didn't work, then what to do? Then the above problems of application software may be resolved easily. Sometimes it can be resolved and it can work, right? Sometimes such problems can occur due to viruses also. These problems can come because of viruses. Let us see how to resolve such problems. If a virus came to my computer, then how to solve the problem? What are viruses? Viruses or malwares are the harmful software to the computer. If you have learned in grade 7, there is a subject about malware. Malwares are the harmful softwares made by the human being. They come to our computer and destroys the data and information, deletes them, renames them, okay, and it does a lot of things if it enters to my computer, these viruses. Okay, if you want to know about the viruses, you can go to the YouTube channel and watch the grade 7 videos, right, about the viruses, virus attacks. So there is a note. Before the note, there is a solution. Scan the computer using an antivirus software. So there are antivirus softwares in your computer. Scan your computer and check whether there are viruses or not. Then restart the computer and the application software. Then sometimes it might work. right? It will erase the virus, it will attack the virus, erase it, and then it can work. So there is a note: computer virus is a malicious code which harms the computer system, destroys the data, and has the ability to replicate uh, itself. Now understood, guys? These are some of the solution to be followed. Those are problems occurred to the application software. If problems in operating system, then what you can do? Some of the problems relating to operating system are slow in starting the computer. When you start the computer, it is very slow to start. Not being responsive to user commands due to slow processing. It doesn't respond me. Displaying a blank desktop screen. I will show you what is desktop, okay? So the first problem is slowness of the computer. There is a note: a computer may slow down due to several starting up application programs or due to smaller space in the hard disk. To resolve this problem, logging from an administrator account is necessary. Your teacher will attend in solving these problems. So normally when you are solving problems, you can't go to the user accounts and solve the problems. You should be in the administrator account and solve the problems. For that, you should take your teacher's help. Okay. So normally when some computers are starting, when it comes to the starting point, okay, when it starts and the desktop appears and all the things, some softwares are opening in the background. For an example, the Zoom is opening automatically, the PowerPoint is opening automatically, okay, the Word is opening automatically. So all these things are happening in the background of the computer. Okay, administrator account mean the main account of the computer. You can create several accounts, several user accounts in the computer, and the main account is the administrator account. Okay, so if you want to install, to delete, to rename things in the computer, then you should use the administrator account. If not, you can't do it. You can do nothing with other accounts. Okay, right. So the first solution is close unnecessary application programs running at startup of the computer. So here you can uh, stop the unnecessary startup or the programs which are running at the startup. You can uh, close them. Okay, still it is slow. If still it is slow, then go to the step 2. Remove, sorry, remove unnecessary files from hard disk. Use disk cleanup tool of the operating system for this purpose. What is this disk cleanup? Sometimes there are unnecessary files in the hard disk. I don't know. Okay. So what happens here, when there are unnecessary files in your computer, better to remove them. How to remove them? You can use this disk cleanup. I will show you the disk cleanup. Okay. So this is your hard disk. Okay. See, it is separated into 3. My hard disk is separated into 3. So these are in red color, right? That means these drives are full. So what you can do here, click on the drive, right click the mouse and go to properties. Can you see a window opened? This one. Here there is disk cleanup, this one. You can click on that and then something like this will be appeared to you. Okay. Go to OK, delete files, and it will delete the files for you. Right? This one, as you say, as you see here. It will delete the files for you. So it will clean your computer. That is the disk cleanup. So disk cleanup is here, right? Okay. Okay, you did use the disk cleanup. Still it is not working. Go to step 3. If this solution fail, use repair option of the operating system. There is a repair option in your operating system. You can use that. Also, if repair option 2 doesn't work, then reinstall the operating system. Again, you should reinstall your operating system, right? Next problem is blank desktop. So I will show you the desktop. This is the desktop. Okay. Sometimes this desktop, it appears empty. Nothing is there. These icons are not there in the desktop. Okay. Then what you should do? We'll see the solution. There are two modes to display the desktop in Windows 10 as tablet mode and PC mode. Okay, in Windows 10, they are using two modes, tablet mode and PC mode. If the mode is set to tablet, desktop icons will not be displayed. Hence, it is necessary to follow the steps given below. So, where is that teacher? If you ask me, I will show you. Can you, as you can see here, there is the taskbar here below. In this taskbar's left hand side, after the time, okay, here there is a speech button. There is a speech button. Go click on that speech button. Something like this will appear. This is called the Windows Action Center. It is called as what? Windows Action Center. So in this Windows Action Center, you can see several rectangle tile buttons, right? See here, these tiled buttons, right? So here in my tiled button, there is no button called tablet mode like this. See this one. So if you can find the tablet mode in your computer, click on that tablet mode and it will be changed to PC mode. Then the icons will be appeared in your desktops, right? Still, if it didn't appear, go to the solution 2. If icons are still not visible, then the desktop icons may be disabled. To enable them, follow the steps given below. So if the desktop icons, these are the desktop icons, okay. If it didn't appear, then what you should do, go to your desktop, click right mouse button, go to view. There is something called show desktop icons here, right? It is ticked. That's why all your desktop computer icons are appeared here. If you select that one, see, all the desktop icons are not appearing here. You can't see anything, right? If you want to enable them, go to view, right click your mouse button, go to view, show desktop icons, and here your desktop icons will be appeared. The third solution is, if the screen is still blank, the issue may be in the operating system. Access to administrator account is necessary with the assistance of the teacher in order to troubleshoot the issue. Still, if it is not appearing, then go to your teacher or an elder person in your home and take their help and do the troubleshooting. Let's go with a summary in this second chapter. We learned the configuring and formatting a computer, how to configure and format a computer. So we formatted the date, time zone, currency and the numbers in our computer. Now you know how to do that. Then we learned about the file attributes. Then we searched for files. We learned how to search files. After that, we learned how to troubleshoot and maintain the computer. So problems related to computers are two types: hardware related problems and software related problems. The software related problems are divided into two: application software related problems and operating system related problems. Then before learning how to troubleshoot the problems, we learned the ports of the computer: the PS2 port, the VGA port, the DVI port, the HDMI port, USB port, RJ45 Ethernet port, eSATA port, HD audio port, and parallel port, micro USB port, and SD card reader. Then we went to the troubleshooting hardware problems. So as we learned, there are some problems occurred to the hardware, like the computer doesn't function, the keyboard doesn't work, the mouse doesn't work, the monitor doesn't work, display, the speaker doesn't function, and the network connections doesn't work. Then we learned about how to solve these problems, right? So there are many solutions we learned about, and then we came to the problems occurred to the softwares, right? The software problems. Software problems, as I said you above, two types: problems related to application software and problems related to operating system. So you know what is an application software now. Whatever the software we use to do the specific tasks are the application softwares. So the problems occur to the application softwares are: doesn't run, no response even though it is open, inability to see the interface, takes long time to load and is slow, doesn't respond to user commands, indicates incorrect functions. So these are the problems occurred to the application software. Then we learned how to solve them. For an example, I told you to close and reopen the software. If it doesn't work, go and find whether it is compatible with your operating system. Even if it is doesn't work, go check the software whether it is licensed or not, whether it is expired or not. If it doesn't work, go and try the repair option and restart the computer. Even if it doesn't work, uninstall the problematic software in your computer and reinstall it. If it doesn't work, what you should do? Then you should go to the next step. That means there will be a problem occurred by the viruses. So if it is affected by the virus, then the solution is scan the computer using an antivirus software and restart the computer, right? After that, we learned about the problems in operating system. So operating system problems are slow in starting the computer, not being responsive to user commands due to slow processing, displaying a blank desktop screen. So I told you how to solve them, and also we learned how to solve the blank desktop. So that's all we learned in this lesson. Till we will meet again at the next class. Thank you for joining the class, everyone, and have a nice day. Enjoy.